What is up, guys? Welcome to episode number 57 of Diggity, a video game podcast. I'm Jeff James. As always, with me is the incredible, the lovely, bearded, luscious Brody Fultz. How are you, my friend?
I'm doing good, buddy.
Beard's looking good, man.
I don't know about that. It gets trimmed tomorrow.
It's like Bear Grylls.
It's out of control. Look, yeah, it's here. It's here.
Could you dread it?
No, it's not quite that bad. I've grown it out a handful of times now, and I have gotten it to the point where I can actually braid it a little bit. But
oh my god, you should totally do like a badass
Viking
with a fucking like bead in it, like one of those.
Oh yeah,
shitty metal beads.
Yeah, I've told the wife that I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get Viking beards and the beads and put it in there.
Oh, I feel so bad for Amber.
She's not a fan. Yeah,
maybe you should just get like, you know, when people go on cruises and they get those shitty cornrows. Those
just throw that in there.
Yeah, you know, like Rasta themed.
Oh yeah.
Beads. Oh man. Anyways, hey, speaking of beards, I guess you can find them on Instagram and Twitter, but you can also find us at Diggity Podcast on Instagram and Twitter. You didn't know where I was going with it, and then I hooked it back. I got everybody. Subscribe to us on YouTube. Our YouTube username is Diggity. Subscribe to our audio version of our podcast on iTunes, Google Podcasts, Radio Public, or Spotify, wherever you listen, we are there. And today's podcast is brought to you by Audible. You can get a free audiobook download and 30-day free trial by heading on over to audibletrial.com/diggity. That's Diggity. You get access to over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, your Android, your Kindle, or your MP3 player. Hell, it could be on any device nowadays. We have no idea. So head on over to audibletrial.com/diggity to get your free audiobook download on us and a free 30-day free trial. Is a free 30-day free trial free because it's already a 30-day trial? I broke Brody.
Yes.
That's okay.
Especially when you say free trial free. It seems like it cancels itself out, but I'm not sure. Yeah. Regardless, you can try it for free for 30 days.
For free.
For free.
Exactly. All right, dude, you want to jump into Diggity Deals?
Yeah, so this is a Thursday episode. So we do Diggity Deals, and we pick a deal from each console and deliver it to you.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you're going to give it? Come on.
We pass the savings on to you.
So this week for PlayStation 4, we have No Man's Sky for $9.97 at GameStop.
It's a weird price.
It is kind of weird. For Xbox, we have an Xbox One S 1 terabyte console for $169 through Newegg eBay store.
Holy shit.
That's a steal. Steal. And then for Nintendo Switch, we have Trials Rising Standard Edition for $19.99 on the eShop, which is 20% off.
Hell yeah. Didn't come out that long ago either. It's a good deal. I can't believe that Xbox One S, 1 terabyte deal. Holy
crap.
A
steal, man. That's awesome.
$169 through Newegg. You better get cracking.
Yeah.
You didn't get the bad joke, did you?
I did.
Oh, okay. You just didn't acknowledge it.
I'm just not going to acknowledge it. No.
Well, hey, acknowledge this. It is a Thursday episode indeed. And so on the Thursday show, we do something called Indie Radar, which shows. Yes, it does show. There's a trailer on the YouTube channel that goes up every Wednesday for an indie game that catches your eye that's up and coming, or doesn't maybe not have an official release date yet, or just has kind of like the year that's coming out. In this case, most of them are 2019, and they're coming out this year. We don't have a month or a day. We show that trailer on YouTube on Wednesdays. You can watch it, and then you can listen to why we chose that game on the Thursday show on the audio podcast through Diggity Cast. So this week's Indie Radar is The Last Campfire. This is also a game that was shown during the Game Awards, much like Pathless was, or The Pathless, sorry, was last week's Indie Radar. And The Last Campfire is an adventure and a story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place, searching for meaning and a way home. The art is incredible in it. We'll get into that in a second. But the features are: you discover a purpose. The Last Campfire is an adventure, story of a lost ember trapped in a puzzling place. I just fucking read the same thing. Searching for meaning and a way home. And on a journey, you travel deeper into the lands beyond the dark forest and overcome the adversities before you. You uncover a world that's has a ton of beautiful wilderness filled in it with lost folk, strange creatures, and mysterious ruins. And the point of it is you light the last campfire, find hope, and carry it with you on your journey to light the last campfire. None of that made sense. You grab a fucking torch. I'm so fucked up today. My bad.
Their press kit was very redundant.
Yeah, it was redundant.
I just pulled it straight from the press kit.
You are an individual. You are carrying a torch. You need to find the last fucking campfire. And on that, you will go through you will and light that son of a bitch up. And you'll go through you'll go through, wilderness forests and stuff like that. It's a tale from Hello Games, who made Lost Winds, which is a great game. And also No Man's Sky, as people know, which is on sale for $9.97. What? Oh.
Yeah, at GameStop.
PS4, GameStop. There's your shout out. They don't pay us. I don't want them to. What? The publisher is also Hello Games. The platforms are to be announced still, and it has a release date of 2019. I think this game will be good. Little weary on it just because of the fact that No Man's Sky.
They did redeem themselves. I think a lot of the problem with No Man's Sky is PlayStation got a hold of it and they just marketed
worlds. It will be impossible to find each other 1 hour into launch.
I feel like PlayStation took the marketing a little bit too far and made it out to be like it was going to be something that it wasn't.
Certainly not.
So there's that. But no, I think this was the only game that you got excited about during the whole Game Awards. No, you didn't really get too excited about anything. And that was the one. We used to have video evidence.
We did. I like Crash Tycoon Racing.
Yeah, that's true.
I like that. And I like the Pathless. But yeah, I thought this was adorable. This game is just cool looking. And the art style is fantastic. It's whimsical, at the same time mysterious, and it's got a great art style to it. That, I mean, it's not like anything crazy high graphics, but it's just delightfully done. So and the character's adorable.
Pretty much every game that we've picked out so far, we really like the art style. Seems to be a trend.
I mean, at it for hours.
Well, yeah, absolutely. And most of these games are either far enough out or they're a small enough indie team that we don't know a whole lot about. So we go off of art style and just kind of what the short little trailer shows. And that's kind of what we pick them up based upon. So that's why we always comment on the art style.
There you go. We don't have to defend it. I'll never defend it.
Cool. That's fine. I'll do it.
Best. Cool. All right, dude. Let's get into PlayStation Plus games.
Yeah, PlayStation Plus games for April are The Surge and Conan Exiles. This is the first month that they dropped the PS3 titles and the PS Vita titles. So they said they were going to compensate it by making or choosing higher quality PS4 games, and apparently this is what they meant by that. Here we are.
Conan.
Woo!
Get it in ya. Well, hey, guess what? I can beat yours because on Xbox Games with Gold for April, coming to Xbox One is Technomancer. That launches April 1st to the 30th. And Outcast Second Contact is April 16th to May 15th. You ever fucking wonder why they carry the other one into the other day or in the other month? Like, why not just give it to me for April 1st, April 30th? Month. Yeah.
I don't know. They've always staggered them like that. It's kind of goofy.
I guess it's because you have to jump back on your Xbox halfway through the month.
Right.
Buy something or play something. Oh, sneaky Microsoft.
Look at them.
Look at you smart gaffers. All right. For the original Xbox 360, so through the backwards compatibility program, you get Star Wars Battlefront 2, the fucking good one, April 1st to the 15th. Hey, what?
Oh, shit.
Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon Advanced Warfighter 2 also on April 16th to the 30th. Cool to get Star Wars Battlefront 2. Don't really care about Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon.
Technomancer goes on sale for $10 about every month.
Yep. And Outcast Second Contact, I don't care.
Yep. I'm right there with you.
For Games of Gold.
And PlayStation Plus games as well. Just kind of weak overall.
That's because next week Xbox will be knocking at the door saying, Sir, would you like to hear our Lord and Savior Game Pass?
Yeah.
And his offerings this month.
So something that doesn't entirely suck.
Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Game Pass.
I like it. So something that doesn't completely suck is we're getting some mobile game news.
What? If you like, dare use those. What kind of a sentence was that? What the fuck was that? Something that doesn't suck.
I was trying to use your shitty fucking segues that you always use.
Well, congrats.
Yep, I did it.
You did
just like you, buddy. Anyway, so we have some mobile game news.
Sweet.
Is that sentence okay? Do you approve of that one? Okay, cool. Anyway, the Elder Scrolls Blades is now in early access. So Blades seems to be a fairly standard Elder Scrolls game. The dungeon crawling quest, the whole normal shebang there. It is available on both iOS and Android. Early access is not under an NDA, so screenshots and videos are actually encouraged. Progress and purchases made during early access will carry over into the full game, and you can actually still sign up for early access now by going to playblades.com if you are interested in joining in. And secondly, Gwent, the ever famous card game from the Witcher series.
That word is like my moist.
Gwent?
Yeah.
Gwent. Gwent. Anyway, Gwent's coming to smartphones. It will be arriving on iPhones later this year, and basically it sounds like Android's getting boned on this. They said more news on the Android version of it will be announced at a later date. And they really didn't give us a whole lot to go off of here. They basically just said, hey, this is an announcement about an announcement that will be coming later. So we don't know. We don't know dates. We don't know anything about the versions. It's just, it's coming.
That sounds like it was a good idea to announce that.
Yeah. Why not?
Detail. Hey, when does Fallout 76 come to like fully release on iPhone and Android so that everyone's phone becomes a Note 9 and they could combust at any fucking time so you can't fly with them? When is that?
It's got to be soon, I would imagine. I mean, you can play Skyrim on anything, so Fallout 76 shouldn't be too far behind, and it's not like it's going to take much to load into the multiplayer because nobody's fucking playing it. Just saying.
We're savage tonight. Oh my god.
Yeah. Look at that.
I believe the word we use for Fallout 76 is malware. The Division 2 is getting new content on April 5th. The free update will be called Invasion. Battle for DC. That's I don't know. Just doesn't roll off the tongue and give you a half chub, that one. The exact
you should go ahead and write into him and tell him how much you dislike that name.
Yeah. I mean, it's just a vanilla name. It's like Invasion Battle for DC. The exact details for this update are unknown right now, but we do know that it will include Tidal Basin, World Tier 5, and a new Black Tusk Stronghold. So, Division 2.
Yeah.
Content. Get in it.
Have you made it out of the character screen yet?
Here we go. Here we fucking
I'm just curious. I mean,
yes, I have. I have to absolutely put more time into it. I have not put time into it, and I have to get into it. I thank God I'm not doing anything this weekend. This is like the first weekend in probably 3 or 4 that I haven't. Because what was the last time? The last time I was even over at your house,
I think it's been
3 weeks. I think 3 weeks.
Yeah, I think it's been 2 weekends that you've been pretty much without your Xbox. Because your parents were in town, and then there was, and then you went to
Indy.
And then you went to Indy for
a weekend
party.
No, I went to Indy to go sleep in a hotel room while my wife went to a Kelly Clarkson concert.
Yeah. Like I said, a party.
Absolutely. Absolutely. All right, next piece of news, dude.
So Divinity, which they have like Divinity Original Sin 2 and Divinity Original Sin 1, But Divinity Original Sin 2 got a ton of critical acclaim and is a very beloved game. But they're coming out with a new game called Fallen Heroes. And this is an email that the dev sent out. It's a little long-winded here, but I'll try to burn through it and not fuck anything up in the process. I'm not going to promise that second part. Divinity Fallen Heroes is a game we've wanted to make for a long time. Ever since Dragon Commander, we toyed with the idea of making Divinity Original Sin, tactical turn-based combat with Dragon Commander's decision-making elements. We thought there was a very cool game hiding in there, but we never had the resources to make it. Since then, the idea remained unexplored until now, and they link a YouTube video. Last year, we gave the Divinity Original Sin 2 engine to Danish studio Logic Arts and asked them to see where it'd take them. Their brief was to develop a game in which your narrative choices affect which missions you can play and where your performance during these missions would affect subsequent narrative options. The result was truly awesome. Thus, sometime later this year, there will be a new standalone Divinity game featured all of our favorite characters, tactical turn-based combat, and plenty of difficult decisions to make. There's tons of new combos to discover, tons of combat enhancements, and you can play with a friend in co-op. The story will see you take on the role of commanders in the Divine Order, charged with arresting the half-demon Milady for stealing the Order's doomsday weapons. Before you know it, you'll be engaged in high-stakes play for global domination against none other than the Lord of Chaos himself. Man, that's quite the name right there. Together with the former Godwoken and the unreliable half-demon, you'll engage in a grand adventure that you'll see that'll see you become the last hope of free world. Reading this is rough, man. I don't some of the names they chose.
Take a break.
No. It's not.
How are you feeling?
It's not
so
the
far?
Reading. No, it's not the reading. It's the fucking names they chose. Explaining this to someone would sound like you're batshit fucking crazy.
Yeah, I know. It's pretty interesting.
To get a first taste of Divinity Fallen Heroes, check out our brand new shiny trailer. And if you're lucky enough to attend PAX East, come to our booth and try out the game yourself. We're demoing a early build to collect feedback. It's still the early days, and we have plenty of work left to do. But do let us know your thoughts and what you would like to see in Divinity Fallen Heroes. We're listening, and as always, your feedback will help us make the game better. Oh, and check out the game's brand new site, www.divinityfallenheroes.com.
There we go.
So there's that. It sounds really cool. The Divinity Original Sin, I have it. I haven't gotten into it yet, but I will play it eventually. People absolutely love the game, and as I've said many, many times, I am a sucker for turn-based combat. So I'm pretty pumped to see what this actually ends up being, and we'll see. It sounds like it's a little ways off, but if you are going to PAX East, I'd definitely stop by and check that out. Hell
yeah. They've got fucking like Raptor chicken nights, man.
Yeah. What else could you want?
Can't go wrong with Raptor chicken nights.
Right.
Awesome. It's like what's the Raptor's name from Jurassic World? Blue, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like Blue, and it's like Blue just like fucked a chicken shack and created just this incredible lizard knight. He's badass looking. Absolutely incredible. Absolutely incredible. Hey, someone else fucking people over. EA. So there's layoffs have made their way to EA. Surprisingly enough, these layoffs are actually being received fairly well in not only the industry, but also EA and the affected employees, which is kind of odd to me. But 350 people have lost their jobs, and they're fucking happy about it for some reason, across several offices in several countries. This includes the closing of their Russia and Japan offices. And EA employs roughly 9,000 people. And while 350 people losing their job is never good, the scale is much more reasonable than many recent layoffs, such as the Activision Blizzard layoffs that we saw probably a couple months ago now at this point, or a couple weeks ago.
I don't even think it's a couple weeks.
The affected employees seem to be somewhat relieved as well. In an interview with Kotaku, one employee that lost their job said that the layoff had been expected for a while. And since October, people in marketing had expected at least a reorganization and that some of the employees are just happy to not be in limbo anymore. EA did state that they are working with employees to try to find other roles inside the company. And for those that are leaving the company, we'll also be providing severance and other resources. The details of the severance were not disclosed. I've never heard so many people be happy to fucking lose their job. I mean, I don't think they're really saying they're happy. I think they're just relieved because they've had it overhanging for months now, and just to know that it's coming. I mean, it's like having somebody fucking chase you with a knife, and go get a different job.
You know you're gonna get stabbed at some point. Yeah, but I think that's the thing. Like, I don't think they're saying, "Oh, I'm happy I don't have a job anymore."
Yeah,
I don't think that's the thing. But in the grand scheme of things, the way this went down was way better than anything we've seen from any of the other companies that have been doing layoffs. They seem to be handling it fairly well. EA's side of it, it seems like they're trying to actually help employees either fall into another role in the company or at least give out a pretty decent severance. I mean, for EA to actually handle something well, this is kind of impressive.
Oh my God, we're just laying it down tonight. Yeah, I mean, it smells fishy to me. I'm not gonna fucking lie. It smells like someone got paid to fucking say some good shit in PR.
Yeah, but they got fired from their marketing jobs. So.
Sure, but your severance could be good your severance could be really good if you exit politely to the press. I don't know.
I'm sure there could be some stuff there, but at the same time, I mean, I don't know. It doesn't seem nearly as bad as the Activision Blizzard one went. I mean, at least the CEO's not coming out and being like, "Well, we made a fuckload of money and fuck your families and your life."
Yeah, we killed it, guys. You fired.
I don't know. I mean, layoffs are never good, but it's also not good to know they're coming and just be fucking sitting here waiting for it to happen. I mean,
I agree with that for sure.
Because there is always that possibility they don't happen, but if you know that there is a very good possibility that things will happen, I mean, just having that overhanging on you for 5-6 months now, that's just ridiculous. I mean, I'm sure there is a certain level of just being relieved that they're not just sitting there waiting for something to happen.
Yeah, it takes longer to get laid off at EA than it does to push a fucking update for Madden. Take that in.
Yeah.
Take that in.
Yeah.
That's wild. You think that like a lot of studios are gonna continue to do layoffs? Because I feel like it's like a domino effect, and not by the states, like the fact of like, oh yeah, we should do that too. That's a good idea. Like, I think it's like everyone's needed to do this, to be honest with you, like the big guys. And I think, Blizzard and Activision absolutely, I mean, sat on a fucking broom pole when they, put their PR out. But, they, I feel like once that happened, other companies were able to come out and do stuff and do it as well, and not have, I mean, if someone's going to fuck it up that bad, you're going to come out and you're still going to come out on top after that mess.
Yeah. Well, so and I assume a lot of these people were hanging around to see how Anthem did, because I think that probably was kind of like the final nail in the coffin. Like, hey, if Anthem does good, we might actually be able to keep our jobs. And, maybe it's a pretty good fucking job. So they weren't just going to leave. And there was just kind of this overhanging thing while they were waiting for Anthem to come out. And then the way Anthem has kind of performed, like it hasn't been all that great, obviously. And so EA finally pulled that plug, I guess. But I don't know. And it also kind of seems like with the console generations kind of winding down at this point, I don't know if that has a lot to do with what's going on, because a lot of these companies seem to be kind of taking a step
prototypes
back
of the new fucking system.
Well, yeah, and I'm sure they do, but right now for your marketing, because these aren't your devs that are getting fired. These are all like marketing and things like that.
It's an international office too. This is Russia and Japan.
Right.
So
Yeah, and it did say in several different countries. I know the Japan one's kind of interesting because FIFA is huge over there. Like,
yes,
FIFA is massive in Japan. It's like 50% of the people that actually even play FIFA. So that one's kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't know. It's kind of hard to guess what's going on. But with all of these big companies kind of doing layoffs at the same time, it kind of seems like just it's a weird coincidence that it's kind of at the tail end of a console generation. And then probably as the next console generation is announced and things kind of start to heat up a little bit, I would imagine that they're going to ramp back up and bring more people back in.
Oh, sure. Ebbs and flows, right? I mean, it's all project based. So ebbs and flows as it goes within the industry. Now, the crazy thing to me too is like, I've been watching like how EA's been handling like just Apex Legends like success so far. And I got to say, like the marketing, like they're putting stuff out there, but I don't feel like they're putting enough out there. Like they're nowhere near the performance level of like the Fortnite, like Epic's team behind Fortnite, where like just license the shit out of that thing to like t-shirts and keychains and whatever, just get it the fuck out there so that you see that logo. I mean, we can't even walk into a mall in America right now without seeing some kid wearing a Fortnite shirt.
Yeah, it's
or you walk to like
ridiculous.
A high school or something, or like an elementary school, and 90% chance there's a kid in there wearing something Fortnite.
Yeah, but at the same time, Fortnite's main
the demographic
market is
but still, like I mean, even for Apex Legends, like me and Janelle were watching Hulu the other day, and it was an ad through Hulu that came up for us for Apex Legends, which is cool to see. But like, I don't see that much advertising for it as much as Fortnite. I mean, obviously they're still riding the natural wave of it. You don't have to spend a lot of money for organic reach, for paid reach.
Meanwhile, my Hulu is sending me all completely Spanish ads. The whole thing is in Spanish. I have no clue why.
Wow. You should should figure that one out, buddy.
So there's that.
I keep getting Apex Legends and fucking Safe Auto ads. Have you ever seen those ones? Like it's like the fake like telemarketing
that doesn't
ads.
seem right. Yeah,
that doesn't seem
right.
Right.
It's like he's like cooking food and right.
The best one is the car pajamas. It's like car pajamas. Put that baby to rest. Made out of pure polyester. Made near the USA. And I'm like, cracks me up every time. But yeah, now you should fucking figure your Hulu out, man.
It's starting to sort itself out now. But there for about a month, it was just nothing but full Spanish ads.
Like for
don't know why
Takis and shit like that, or
no, they were like Sprint ads, but the whole damn thing was in Spanish, and I don't know why. I have no clue why.
Don't you have Sprint?
Yeah. Sprint pays for my Hulu.
Oh, does it?
Yeah.
Spotify pays for my Hulu right now.
Yeah. You can get everybody's just throwing Hulu in there.
Yeah,
they're like, we'll pay for your Hulu.
Like, yeah, we got Hulu too. Yeah, we got it too. We're killing it.
Yeah,
we're doing it.
I think, the only thing I can see with the Fortnite is like your t-shirts and your keychains and kind of your more little knick-knack type things are going to be. The whole demographic for Fortnite is, kids for the most part. So I don't think a lot of those like smaller knickknack trinket type things are going to be nearly as popular. You'd sell some, but I mean, you're going to sell more of like, I don't know. For Apex, it's kind of a weird. I feel like the demographic is so split, and it's just kind of. I feel like it would be harder to market those kind of things.
What's your timestamp on Apex Legends? Because someone, I forget who it was, some creator gave a like timestamp to
like how long it's going to last for.
Yeah, I mean, basically, like the Division 2, for example, had atrocious sales. Comparative to its first. So one
of the only physical sales or digital sales, because most of the time companies won't release their digital sales, and digital sales keep going up while physical sales keep going down.
I think it's a mix of both.
Because I know it seems like it's very early to be getting digital sales for Division 2.
I mean, they're instantly available.
Well, I know, but most of the time companies don't release them. That's what I'm saying. Usually they at least wait a month.
In the UK, they released the numbers, and the sales numbers were like 25% of what the Division 1 did in comparison.
Yeah. Now, I heard that. I heard that metric for physical sales, but I didn't hear that for digital sales.
Division 2 also released on what, like a fucking Wednesday or some weird day, like a Friday or
a lot of your bigger games have been releasing on Thursday night, Fridays recently.
Yeah. I don't know.
That's kind of been a
there
thing.
Just seems to be anyways, the prediction was that it wouldn't last like more than like another like what I mean last, I mean like, you know, be in the limelight or really even be considered anything like massive or, you know, worth gaining any news in like basically 6 months. Like people are fucking just saying that people are just, you know, getting fatigue from games right now. And I don't fully believe it. I mean, I would say
I don't
Apex,
really believe that either.
I think the Battle Royale stuff is like maybe got another good like 1 year of being like hot, you know, like super hot like it is right now. And then I think you're going to start a decline after a year, but
I don't think it's specific to Apex Legends. I think just that whole genre is kind of gonna be dying by about a year.
Their point was just basically Apex just sequesters itself to like certain demographics, whereas Fortnite is at least a broad appeal, right? Like anyone can jump in there and at least have some sort of sense of like, okay, I'm cool with these characters, you know, like it's okay. You know, I'm a kid, everything's goofy, everything's like, you know, a rounded shape. Yeah. There's no sharp edges or anything like that. No, look at the game. There's no sharp edges.
Oh, I know. It's
all soft.
Just when you put it like that,
head, so you don't hit your head.
It sounds ridiculous. Yeah,
so you don't hit your head on the edges, right? You get.
I know I'm fatigued from battle royale games. But honestly, I think if as we play the Division 2,
yeah. No, I mean I like the Division 2 so far. Again, I haven't had a lot of time to play into it, but like, if another looter shooter is to come out, like immediately in the next like probably month or two, I don't know if I play it.
But the last one you played was Division 2, like 2 years ago when it came out for the first like month and a half or 2 months.
Division 1?
No, Division 2, or sorry, Destiny 2.
Yeah,
I misspoke.
No, but I mean,
so, I mean,
I rip Warframe.
Yeah,
PC here and there, but the thing is, it's like I don't know. The battle royales have a fucking looter shooter element to it. You're going around fucking shooting.
Yeah, but
shit.
You don't really play battle royales either. I mean, we play Apex every great once in a while.
Yeah, but you're picking it up. But it's just
you must get fatigued easy
on that genre. Yeah, no, totally. Like it's just
for battle royales, I fully agree. But I don't know. I guess from the games that we play, we predominantly play a lot of Overwatch. We play a lot of Rocket League.
Fuck yeah, we play a lot of Rocket League.
And for, a while now, those are our main games that we play a lot of. So I guess I mean, hey, if you're feeling fatigued on looter shooters, you're feeling fatigued on looter shooters. But I guess I'm not, because I haven't really played any for a while.
No, I feel like, I don't know. I just don't think it's a place like that needs to have like four fucking, Anthem was kind of one in some essence. I mean, you banded together, and so I just feel like everything's got like a little. It's just the fact that everything's got a little fucking piece of it in a game that we've played.
If they didn't call it a looter shooter, would you feel fatigued on it?
No. I mean, no. I don't know.
It's just the fact they call it a looter shooter.
Yeah.
So are you saying you're not excited for our next piece of news?
No. So here's the thing. So I'm excited by that because I think it's done absolutely perfect from the past ones. And I think that it was done at a time where it holds that. Like if you put an action movie out, like you put a mission, it's like Mission Impossible versus like a fucking, what is it? Jack Reacher or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So if you put two action movies.
Before we get too far into this, we're talking about Borderlands 3. But
yeah.
Go ahead. Just
so if you had a movie theater,
throwing out all these analogies.
If you had a movie theater, and it had like four theaters in it, okay? and every theater was playing some sort of action movie, okay? Or each movie had, 60% of the film, majority of the film, was action to it. I would go see the Mission Impossible film for that year in that movie theater playing all 4 theaters, even if all other ones had it, because I know it's going to be fucking great. And it's just going to do that thing right. I feel like the other things, what I'm trying to say is everyone's just trying to like have a little piece of that in it. And I don't think that they all fully need it. And I think that people are just moving in that direction to like, well, we need to have this fucking loot and shoot mentality or, some sort of method or mechanic into it where we feel like it's giving the player that because that's what everyone's getting hooked on. And I'm just not, I don't know.
I don't see it as
I just want
an oversaturation of the
player
market.
campaign. I just want a fucking great single player campaign for Xbox.
Yeah.
That's
fair.
That's all I'm asking for, Phil Spencer.
So I don't think there is an oversaturation of looter shooters because if you look at battle royales, every swinging dick out there is making a fucking battle royale game. Every game is making a version of you have Call of Duty, you have Battlefield now, you have
we haven't played
Apex,
Firestorm
you have Fortnite. Yet. Yeah, we haven't even touched it. Fuck, you haven't even turned on your Xbox.
Correct.
But see, I feel like that's oversaturation. Plus, you have all the smaller ones that have made it, PUBG, just all of these different games that are battle royales. Whereas the looter shooters, predominantly, you have Destiny 2, you have Division 2, you have Anthem, and you have like a 6-year-old Borderlands game. And those are the only looter shooters that people really give a shit about. And even then, Anthem, most people don't really give a shit about it either. Even the people that were pretty hyped on it, all the updates they've been doing lately have been... Dude, they just released another update that fucked up the loot system even more.
Oh my God.
But I wasn't going to shit on them, but here we are.
Well, we're doing it.
We're doing it.
It's happening.
Anyway, to move on to our next piece of news here, Borderlands 3 is pretty much all but confirmed. They released a teaser today. It was this really awesome trailer where it looked like there was like these marble statues and things, and it zoomed out and kept going, and it showed more and more characters. It showed what looks to be like the new Vault Hunters. It showed,
Super Smash-esque almost.
Yeah, kind of. And then it showed like the old Vault Hunters, and there was a bunch of hidden things in there. Like there was a shift code hidden in there, which is how you can get like different skins and things like that in game. There was also a message in Morse code in this trailer. But anyway, all these different statues and things are in this trailer, and they zoom out, and then all of these statues make the psycho. Like that's always on the cover of their games, the psycho with the mask on. Really, really fucking awesome trailer. Got me extremely hyped. I've already been hyped. I love Borderlands. So
get hyped.
The Morse code that they had in the trailer, actually, some people figured it out. Some people that actually know Morse code, not this guy, but it says count the sirens. So in Borderlands, it's the lore of Borderlands. There's 6 sirens, and they have basically ridiculous power. We've seen 2 of them, and it appears that there are at least one more in this trailer. So a lot of people were counting 3 sirens from what I could see, which Borderlands 3 sirens. Hey. And then at the end of the trailer, it said mayhem is coming. So I guess I said release today on the day that we recorded it. This is going to be obviously a Thursday show. So by the time that you guys are probably listening to this or watching it, there will actually be a Borderlands announcement at PAX East. I believe it was 2 p.m. Was it Eastern? I think it was Eastern time, wasn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
2 p.m. Eastern time. There's going to be the Gearbox announcements at PAX East. So I'm fucking stoked for this. I am so excited. I love Borderlands so much, but I do have a hard time going back into Borderlands 2 just because I've already played through it way too many times.
Yeah.
I need new.
Yeah, I'm stoked for this. Still fucking waiting to joust, Pitchford. Your move. Your move, Pitchford.
Oh yeah. What are you hoping for from this? Are you hoping for anything revolutionary? You just want the same old
No, I just want same
thing we've already seen?
Yeah, okay. I just want same old great
more explosions, more crazy guns, more crazy abilities, and just fucking mayhem everywhere.
Just great mayhem and fun Borderlands. Really. That's it. That's all I want. That's all this country wants. That's all America wants. That's all America's
I think that's what
for.
all countries want. Is just Borderlands. In Borderlands, they just want Borderlands. They don't want the fucking pre-sequel shit where you got to watch your error and fucking bullshit. Nope. Regular Borderlands. Borderlands 2, man.
Yeah, this will be
going to be awesome.
I feel like this game's going to do just bonkers too, because I feel like a lot of people missed out on Borderlands 1 and 2. And which is crazy because those games were huge themselves, obviously. But I feel like people are going to really get into this one. And I think it's going to be I think it's just going to do, gangbusters for them for sure. Both in digital.
Oh, the hype around this game is just insane.
It's just a good time to come out too, because there's nobody. Well, we don't have a date, but I mean, there's not many other games out there right now that have been announced that everyone's kind of like, whoa, like looking around for, So it's a great time that they chose to announce, and they really played it smart.
I really hope this game's just around the corner. I hope it's something that they pretty much damn near have done.
And I bet it's holiday season.
Getting ready to announce. Don't do this to me, Jeff.
I don't think it's right around the corner.
I know. I don't think it is either, but that'd be nice. I mean, what something that came out like
Game
summer.
Pass day one.
Ooh.
I'll make a bold prediction.
Oh boy.
I say it comes to Game Pass.
I doubt it, but
I say it comes to the Epic Game Store.
Probably.
Instead of Steam.
Probably.
And I'm going to go out on a limb and just say that Microsoft buys the ultimate contract and says that this comes to Game Pass for free or something.
I'd be surprised by that because they don't have any of the other Borderlands games on Game Pass yet.
Right.
But I mean, that could obviously change. Yeah, they have done games with gold. I would almost be surprised if this does go to the Epic Game Store. The only reason I say that is because there's such an outcry online of people hating the Epic Game Store. And regardless of whether the split and everything's better, I think they would actually end up making more money if they released it on Steam. Just because they would sell more. Because some people are literally boycotting the Epic Game Store because they fucking hate it that much. And they will not buy games. I've seen people say they would rather pirate games than buy them from the Epic Game Store. Just because, and they said if it was on Steam, they'd buy it. Which, again, it's the internet. People say all sorts of crazy shit, whatever. But there's a lot of hatred.
But that's so... It's kind of childish, really, because that's.
I'm not saying it's not.
Yeah,
but I'm just saying there's so much hatred towards the Epic Game Store. That,
well, sure, because there's been something that people have used for years, so people have got fucking attached to it. Now there's a competitor.
Well, and you got to give the Epic Game Store a lot of information. And there's more than just I have everything on Steam. Like on my computer, I have a bunch of launchers. I even have the Epic Game Store. Fucking sue me, whatever. But I think
please don't.
Don't sue me. I haven't done anything. But to me, it is kind of stupid, whatever. But I almost think they would honestly sell more copies if it was on Steam versus the Epic Game Store. Because if you're not really involved in games, you still know of Steam. Not everybody knows about Epic Game Store. I think even with the split, it seems like it would even out.
Yeah, but it's just so funny when people say like, "Oh, well, I'm not gonna. I'll just pirate it then." So I don't have to do it. That's like when you're a kid and your parents are asking you to do your fucking homework, and you say, "No, I don't want to do my homework. Do your homework and go to your room." No, I'm just gonna fucking throw myself down the stairs. So I don't have to do either. Fuck it. Seriously, I mean, it's the most extreme example of like. So what do you get? Like, what does that help with when someone says I'm going to pirate a fucking game? It just fucks over the company.
I probably would have gone with an analogy that had stealing in there because that's what it is. I mean, in all honesty, so it would be more
but it's just
hey, you want to buy something and your parents tell you no, so instead you just steal it.
I mean, I guess I just want for more the notation of this, people just getting to the absolute extreme, throwing a fit. Yeah, I mean, it's stupid. It doesn't help anybody. So what, they want to sell a fucking game exclusively on a store and you don't want to do it? Don't buy the fucking game. Don't pirate it. Don't be a dick.
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Fucking take the game like that. That certainly does not help anyone. Steam, Epic, or fucking the developer or publisher.
No, it doesn't. It doesn't help anybody at all.
The trifecta of fuckery. Like, it just messes everything up. And like, the thing is too, with the Epic Game Store, like, I get it. It collects a lot of data. It collects a lot of data also to make actual decent recommendations to you. So you're not getting like, Hamtaro and Friends 3 play date.
But at the same time, right now, it takes all of about 45 seconds to scroll through everything that's on that store right now.
I get that, but it's for the future.
But eventually, right. But I see some of the criticisms with it, but at the same time, I mean, like I said, I have it installed on my computer. Fucking take whatever you want from me. I don't give a shit. I don't have any data that is gonna be.
Please don't. You would be a fucking nightmare in like in a courtroom. Fucking sue me, sir. We are. Fucking sue me again.
I'm pretty sure my demeanor in the courtroom would be drastically different than when I'm recording a fucking gaming podcast.
You're just asking people to do shit.
Oh, it's a figure of speech. I don't want people to actually sue me.
It's a fucking internet. You should know better.
I feel like with all of your analogies, you should be a little bit more understanding.
My analogies were fucking terrible tonight.
They were.
I'll give you that.
Yeah. Anyway.
Fuck it.
I have the Epic Game Store. I don't have any problem with it. It is what it is. If you don't want to use it, don't use it. Don't pirate the fucking game. It doesn't matter. That does nothing good.
We don't need to Westboro Baptist Church this.
Right. It's I don't know.
Not a bad analogy.
It is a really shitty analogy.
It's a really bad one. Oh my gosh. Yeah, fuck. Download your fucking games where you want to, play them where you want to. That's it. Like, holy shit. I don't think we all need to team up and fucking shit on people because they decided, hey, we want to make a fucking store. I get it. They make a lot of money. They're a big company. Guess what? They're a big company because they made something that people love. Get the fuck over it. Play their fucking platform. They're going to buy companies and their games, and you just have to fucking deal with it. That's how it works.
I think the most annoying thing is all the exclusives on the Epic Game Store.
Sure.
Even with Steam, if you didn't want to buy it through Steam, you could get it on whatever, the Ubi launcher or whatever. Like any game that you wanted on Steam, if you wanted to get it directly from that website, it's right there. You can go and get it there. But it's just
the flip side to that too is if they didn't do that, everyone would just sit there and say this thing's a piece of shit. This platform sucks. There's nothing good on this. Do you know what I mean? Well, I think obviously it makes a difference because it's PC. And I think just everybody that owns a PC needs to feel like it's available to everybody on every platform because, you're directly connected to the internet through your Xbox, but you know what I mean? Like it's
it's
a different feeling. Yeah. You wouldn't understand. So the
PC Master Race.
But think about it. Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo do the exact same thing. They buy companies and they buy the rights to games. They buy the exclusivity rights. Cuphead was fucking bought on Xbox. You couldn't fucking play the thing except for on an Xbox. Did people bitch on a PlayStation? Yes, they did. But why? Well, it's because my box is in my living room. I guess that's what separates people from going, fuck, there's companies that are trying to give a value proposition to why you should use their platform. But if they don't do it, Epic would be embarrassed. They'd have fucking Fortnite, this big, massive game, and then they have a platform. People were like, what the fuck? I can play Peggle on fucking Steam. This is dumb. I don't need this. Also, Peggle gets so many shout-outs on this podcast. Like, it's fucking absurd.
And it's all your fault.
It is. It really is. I mean, if there's a new Peggle,
I don't know what your obsession with Peggle is, but
I just think it's a great example of just a game that could be anywhere.
But at the same time, you're exactly proving what I'm saying here. Is I get what you're saying, but at the same time, I think that's the problem is people are not used to having to use one store to get one game. They've always been able to get it wherever they want. And that's where half the outrage is. Most people are just fucking pissed off about it to be pissed off about it. Sure. On consoles, you've seen it forever. I mean, you've seen Sony have their exclusives and Microsoft have their exclusives. And and Nintendo have their exclusives. That's just the way it's always been. So nobody really throws that big of a fit about it. And it's always just, if you don't like it, go buy it. But when you're buying a PC, everybody has always in their head, you just spent at least, or you spent like $1,000 on a fucking gaming rig and you want to go play a game, and now you download Steam, you're all ready to go, and you're like, fuck, now I got to go to the Epic Game Store and buy it here or whatever. And like I said, it doesn't bug me, but I kind of see where some people are coming from on the annoyance.
Are annoyed at it because it's a change, and it's a change that they haven't had for fucking decades. Right. I mean, I guess at the very start, you had games that were on like the Commodore 64. You had games that were on the, on the Apple II and different systems and the Lisa and all that kind of stuff. And then you had stuff on PC and Linux was divided for a bit. But for the better majority of 25 plus years, you've just had this availability of having whatever on your PC whenever. You just go buy the disc and it fucking works, and then you could buy it online and it just worked, and it was redistributed to like 45,000 different shitty sites on the internet that resell them. My thing is I think people need to also look at the good in this, because there is good in it, and that's that there's two options in the free market now for PC games and PC game platforms to be able to be focused on the gamer, the games, and the developer, rather than just having a fucking monopoly, because that's what Steam was. It was just, you had to live and die by Steam's rules, and that was it. So the only way to defeat Steam is to be better or offer things that Steam doesn't have, right? In order to be valid competition to it. So either exclusives or, from the gaming side, that's bringing people in, and then sales, or for the developer side, obviously Epic Game Store has a higher royalty percentage than Steam. And that's one of those things where eventually Steam might have to fucking match that, because, the developers might sit there and be like, well, I can make more fucking money here. And, they're spending all this money for exclusives. I'm good. This is great. But you have to plus somebody at some point. And if someone's been a monopoly for that fucking long, and really a monopoly at the perfect time for like the largest growth in PC gaming in like the history of, gaming, right? There's so many fucking people that game on PC nowadays that used to just use a PC as just like, some shitty fucking thing to write Microsoft Word and everything on. Right. I mean, obviously you had gaming all the way back to like 98 and stuff with Doom and all that kind of shit. But the amount of PC gamers now is insane. It's so easy to game on PC. You're going to get into streaming soon, which is just going to make it incredibly simple to do PC gaming. Yeah. You're gaming from anywhere. So now it all comes down to platforms and what they can offer. And I don't know. I think it's good. I think they can be evil with it for sure. Because there's going to be greed along the way when you're trying to defeat somebody. But
at the same time, with all this streaming stuff that's going to be happening, I feel like Epic's a little too late to the game. Like by the time this is actually taking off, well, I can see but
I mean, it's what, Tencent?
Yeah, but I mean, as a game storefront, I think they're a little late to the game on that. But I think I think it is a good thing. I do find it kind of odd that any game that is on Epic is not on Steam. They must have some sort of a deal that if you want your game on Epic, that you can't put it on Steam, but you can still put it on your own launcher. Well,
they're giving them a ton of money for the exclusives, and
absolutely.
I mean, that's where it's unfair, and you can sit there and be like, "Well, fuck, I can't." And Steam could do that, but Steam's not doing that because, I'll say it to them both. Steam is the fucking BlackBerry right now. Like 100%. Steam should be changing so much shit up on their platform. And I mean, people just get upset about the change stuff too, because they've been served a fucking apple for the last, like a piece of fruit, like the apple for fucking, 12, 15 years for PC gaming. And all of a sudden an orange comes along and it looks different, smells different, tastes different. And some people are going to fucking eating oranges now. And people don't like
that. Your fucking analogies.
I purposely made that terrible. Anyways, people just don't like change. And it's kind of dumb to me because I think Steam's platform is shit in a lot of ways in the UI. Like, I think it's great for getting games and stuff like that. I think the UI and the UX is awful. I think a lot of the side projects that they try to do have just been completely mismanaged, like the Steam OS and Steam Box and Steam Controller. So let another fucking company in, see what they can fucking do. And if they can do it better, hey, great. It's how it's how business works. It's how business go, baby. That's it. That is absolutely it. And that's also it for this show. Ooh, segue. Get it. Hey, this takes time and effort to create. And if you'd like to support us, you can support us on patreon.com/DiggityCast. We'd appreciate it. Today's podcast was also brought to you by audibletrial.com. Brought to you by Audible, but you can head on over to audibletrial.com/Diggity, Diggity, for your free audiobook download and 30-day free trial. You get access to a ton of audiobooks. Audiobooks are fantastic. I use them to retain knowledge. Believe it or not, maybe I should read an audiobook or listen, rather, to an audiobook on analogies, because I should sure fucking use it. On top of that, you can follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Diggity Podcast. Subscribe to us on YouTube. YouTube username is Diggity. You can find me on Xbox. My gamer tag is Maple Jeff, and Brody, yours is
Luscious Brody.
Whoa, you did like a whole like creepy fly up to the mic from your chair. What's your we never say it too. We never say your PlayStation, your PS username.
Yeah, I thought about that the other day, and I always forget about it when we do the podcast. But it is actually Wolverine's cousin. Yeah.
Fucking shit. Fun fact, it's Wolverine's cousin. Hit him up.
Yeah. That's why I've never really gone out of my way to go ahead and give that out.
And it's out.
But hey,
now.
If you want, you can add me at Wolverine's cousin on PS4. Capital W, capital C.
Whoa. Weird. You should have been like Wolverine's Kentucky cousin. Good Lord. Hey, leave us a review. Helps us out a ton, both for the audio podcast, and leave us a comment on the video version of this podcast on YouTube. Helps us get noticed, and it also gives us feedback, which is the all-important, mighty piece of data that allows us to make the show better each and every time. Perhaps you're like, Jeff, I like your shitty analogies. Keep them coming, because I just can't fucking understand them, and it's okay. That's okay, and that's why I like it. That'd be great. That'd be fantastic. Perhaps you say, Brody, I don't understand why you would write Wolverine's cousin. That's kind of weird, but I enjoy it. It's cool. It's a good thing for the end of the show. Continue on with it. That's some great feedback, and we'll take that. If you say this show fucking sucks, guess what? You fucking suck. And with that, I'm sorry. We're just savage tonight. I don't give a shit. I'm done. I'm done with it. It's 11:30 at night. It's 11:30 now on a fucking Wednesday. Tomorrow's Thursday. We're almost done the week.
That is what comes after Wednesday. Yes.
That's correct. That is correct. That is absolutely correct. All right, guys. We will see you for the Tuesday show. Don't pirate games. Maybe check out the Epic Game Store. Check out Steam. Fuck, I don't know. Go check out the Ouya or something. See ya.